up and
Yes,
just
go
to
ahead.
see if you guys heard anything about it. Did you guys see they're putting out a new Sega Genesis Mini?
Yes.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Did you
I
see
saw
it?
the full list. Yes.
Did you see it? So you saw it contains Sega CD games as well?
Yes, I've been actually keeping an eye on that one. They are bringing it to America, but you have to order it through Amazon, and you're basically importing it.
Yep.
Oh
Yeah.
wow! I didn't know that.
The one that caught me off guard is like, who thought Night Trap was a good idea?
I think it was just filling holes for America. I'm not gonna lie.
That's fair. That's
Now,
fair.
here's my
wait,
question.
wait. Night
go
Trap,
ahead.
is that the game that you're
The
looking?
full motion.
God damn.
Yeah, and it's like multiple copies that exist already online.
Why?
Even in a PlayStation, I can go buy it right now.
Oh my god. That's
Here's my question about that, because that's something I actually forgot I wanted to bring up to you, because you were more into this game, and I've never played it myself, and I'm pissed that I still can't, like, through a direct translation. How does Night Trap get into there, but Snatcher doesn't?
You know what? I wasn't mad about it till you pointed it out. Now I'm mad about it. Thanks, Brandon.
You're welcome.
Oh man. Yeah, how is Snatcher not in that list? God damn it.
Like, it's actually, in all fairness, it's a really killer list. Like, you got the Echo games, which if you're not a big Echo guy, I get it, but if nothing else, they got the Sega CD version, so you get a really kick-ass soundtrack out of it, at least.
Yep.
They got Sonic CD, but, I mean, you could get the Origins version. You don't need to exactly get that one. I don't understand why that's in there other than we're just trying to sell a unit. I get that. You got to put a Sonic game on there, but they have, like, multiple.
Right.
Phantasy Star 2. I saw that. That one, like, okay, now you got my attention because I've heard nothing but good about that game.
Yeah, well, all the Fantasy Stars are good.
Yeah.
If you are
there's
patient.
there's a couple of Shining Forces on there too, like the originals. That I was like, oh, okay, that's cool. And there's some very niche-y stuff. I mean, this is very much built towards a Sega nerd, like a super Sega nerd.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Also, a lot of shoot-'em-ups, which I did not know that the Sega Genesis had that many shoot-'em-ups, like the R-typist variety.
Yeah, I wasn't as big on those when I was younger, but I do enjoy them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know, another one that I'm actually surprised did not make it on that list, now that I'm thinking about it, and I'm going to get you mad again. Where's Zombies Ate My Neighbors? If you got that shit, you should get that one.
Well, I don't think they have the license to Zombies Ate My Neighbors right now because they just did the remake, or well, not just did, but they just put out a launch of it on the Switch where you got Zombies Ate My Neighbors and what was that sequel called? It was less popular.
I know what you're talking about. I can't remember it. I remember it though.
It had some weird name because it wasn't like Zombies Ate My Ghoul Patrol.
Yes.
There we go.
That's a second game?
Yeah.
Huh, I didn't know
it's
that.
Like it's almost like a spiritual successor weird thing.
Cool.
But yeah, it's like I was more stunned. It was like I was looking at the list. I'm like, this is not a bad list, but why is Night Trap on there and Snatcher is not?
I remember the Snatcher game, honestly.
Also,
no, I mean, well, it never got an English release. It was Japan only.
That's what I was saying. It's
the only reason I think Brandon knows about it is because I was super hyped when an English patch came out and we played it in my house.
No, I don't think it was that. I think I heard about it on YouTube and stuff like that. But it's like it's got all the hallmarks I like. It's basically Blade Runner, more or less.
Yeah.
And I'm down with that. And it's Kojima. I'm really down with that.
Yeah. Your sidekick is Metal Gear.
What?
It's a little he's a little Metal Gear robot that follows you around.
Oh, that sounds awfully.
But yeah, it's
cute.
like that's like they should have snuck that. That's like Konami is like all about releasing their old games now. They don't want to do anything new because pachinko, fucking idiots.
Right.
I mean, it makes money. I'm not saying it doesn't, but still.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Yeah. I'm just making everybody angry at the end.
Yes, you are. What the hell?
So here's my next question. On the Sega Mini thing, first off, are you considering buying one? Because I'm not really sure with all the hoops I have to jump through, it's worth it. Especially if it was Snatcher, I'd have been like, I might actually try and track this down. But with that out of it, and a lot of the games, while they're good, they're kind of out of, like, I didn't see anything that was like, oh, I really need to play that. So
yeah, it doesn't have any big pool position. Probably not. It doesn't have any big pool. Like, as far as, like, you know, the games list. I just thought it was cool that they were including Sega CD games.
Yeah, that was one of the big things about that. And I think that I mean, it makes total sense, but I wanted the Turbo Graphics. I just could never get around to getting it. I'm boned now because I can't get one for unless I want to pay $300. But that came out during the pandemic, so we were fucked either way.
Well.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah. But what do you think? So they're doing all these retro consoles that you can plug in and all that stuff. I know we had the Super Nintendo. I don't think we're going to see a Nintendo 64. The more it's farther going on, unless they're like, well, we need to patch it for a bit. So that's what they did with the Super Nintendo one, I felt like. So Sony tried it and tanked. Like, that thing tanked.
Well, it's because of the decisions they made. I bought one because I'm a Sony nerd. I bought one. The controllers are standard. They're not DualShock controllers.
Obviously.
There's a lot of what people would consider, core games that should have been on that list that they weren't able to put on there because of licensing reasons. And that being said, all that little box did was make it easier for people to pirate PlayStation games.
Kind of like the original PlayStation, where you just got a blank CD and burned it, and you were done. Like, I knew people in school that would like go to the local rental store, rent it for 99 cents, take it home, burn a copy, and then just take it back.
Yep. But it's like, I mean, not saying this is something you should do because it's super illegal, but it's 2 USB ports on the front. One of them you can hook up an 8-bit DOE adapter and have an analog controller, finally, which is what you need to play the games better. And then because it uses emulation software in its core, all you have to do is put your other games on a compatible USB stick and plug it in.
They just fucking dug their grave on that.
Again, it's just like the original PlayStation. If you think about it, they did the exact same thing, except they got smart later on. It's like, put a chip in there so they can't do that.
Yeah, put the chip in there. Which is funny because fun fact, those ones that have that chip, right? They're incredibly sought after because if you have the motherboard from that PlayStation unit, you can put 2 pieces of hardware on that motherboard.
Oh, wow.
One of them is an optical disk drive. I'm sorry, not optical disk drive, digital disk drive, which for anyone who doesn't know, it's essentially taking your disk drive and converting it into a hard drive so you can play your games from the hard drive. And the second thing you can hotwire to it is an HDMI port. So you can literally take your PlayStation 1, and if you have that motherboard specifically in your PlayStation 1, you can make it a better version of the PlayStation Classic.
Jesus Christ. I love
it's not a cheap process. The whole process for parts and everything, and because there is some soldering, you may have to call someone in for help. The whole process probably would set you back about $400, but
you got a super PS1.
Right. And you can play excuse me, you can play every game from the PlayStation 1 library completely digitally. There's no more
That means imports, the whole shebang.
Yep, everything.
That's so funny.
But we're not telling you to do that, guys. That's completely illegal. We don't advise anyone to do that idea.
Honestly, if you want to do something, if you want to support some retro gaming, what the hell? I had their name in my head. Analog. Go check those guys out. The analog consoles, like with the FPGA on them.
Right. Oh yeah, you've been wanting one of those.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Sp1ku?
Yep.
Yeah, definitely go support those guys because those guys are doing a lot of retro work that should be done. Like, you're paying a pretty penny. I'm not saying you're going to invest a little bit, but that game that you've had sitting around that you wanted to play since you were like 15 that you forgot about, you can play it again on your modern TV because they did the work for you.
Anytime we're talking about, I guess we'll call it digital history, preserving digital history, I'm all for that because CDs are going to wear out.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm not saying digital's bad by any means.
No. Like, CDs are going to wear out. Discs are going to lose their not disc. The
ROMs.
Cartridges are going to lose their CMOS. Eventually, there's a timer on when certain video games aren't going to be available anymore unless someone somewhere has, for lack of a better way to phrase it, a pirated copy that they can push out.
That's the beautiful thing about those analogs, though. That's the beautiful thing. Like, you're paying a pretty penny for this service. I'm not saying you're not. But they leave them pretty much jailbroken, so you could do whatever the fuck you want. Like, they don't say, don't do this. They actually say, well, you can do it if you want to. We're not going to stop you. You bought it already.
Right.
So, I mean, and they make it pretty easy. Like, I think they even, it's like, well, here's a suspicious link to a place that we kind of don't condone, but we're giving you the link to anyway that tells you how to do the thing that you shouldn't do, that you bought for the thing that we told you could do whatever the hell you want with it.
Yep.
So, I mean, I don't think these guys are doing anything bad. Plus, if you're like me, like, you can get, like, if you have a Sega Genesis sitting here, well, you can buy, like, the one that can run your HDMI, get it in Japanese colors, because why the fuck not?